Hello, hello. 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 Can you hear me just fine? ¿Me pueden escuchar? Hola. Hello. Hola, hola. ¿Sí? Okay, nice. I see my chat is still not working for some reason. Veo que mi chat aún no funciona, lo cual es muy molesto. Why is my chat not working? Hold on, I'm going to do a few modifications. Let's see. Hold on. Okay. Hold on, hold on. Hold on. Did they modify the way to set the settings? Hmm. Really? Okay, let me check. 1 second. Veamos, veamos. Hola Joshua, bienvenido. Hello. I'm trying to get the chat to show up, which for some reason is not cooperating. Let's see, that's a little bit too high and small. How about this? That's not quite correct. That's where the chat should be. Not that long though. Around there. Now, why is my chat not showing? Hold on. I'm trying to see if I can, like, make this show off somehow. It doesn't seem to be, like, working correctly. This is so annoying. Even though I said it correctly, apparently it's not, like, showing. Maybe it's the... No. That's working correctly. Why is this... why is this a problem? Okay, let me try something. Why is this so annoying? Come on. Really? Seriously? Hold on, give me a moment. Hello, Basil. Welcome, welcome. I need to remove something over here. Why won't this, like... Hold on. Okay, I'm going to link this. Okay, now that should be working. I did a complete reset of this thing. So now it should be working. Hold on. That's a full reset. Okay. Hold on. That should be working. Why is not working? Come on. Ah. Okay, for some reason this is not working again. Ah. This is so annoying. I might need to make a backup. Oh no, let me log out. Okay, now I want to log in. Okay, now that I'm in here, that means I can just refresh this, right? Nope, it's still doing nothing. Ah. That's so annoying. Well, I suppose we will have to continue with this. Okay, so we were working on the pathfinding, right? So, let's do something interesting. Let me switch to that room. Hello. Okay. So let's see. Give me 1 second, I need to open this. No. Okay. So let's see. Last time we were here. Basically, we made the pathfinding, right? And this, what it does is from one spot on the top left, it makes a path directly to the player, right? Currently, it's a really nice clean path. What I don't like is how it basically starts going in a diagonal instead of like moving up and down mostly, right? That's the only issue I have. Okay. Now that we have that, I will fix it and then we can integrate it to the movement of the actual enemy. So, let's see. The issue currently is on the fan fight. Right here. Fan path. So what is happening is as we move, it recalculates the direction we should be going as we move around, right? But that's not an issue when we reach the point where we can move in a diagonal, because then it just goes down the diagonal instead of prioritizing one or the other. So that means here where I get the direction, I need to make it go into a specific direction. Sounds like your friend wants to troll you. Okay. So I need to decide when this is going to change. And I believe that should be happening with a little evaluation. If the position we are currently in on X equals the target, and then we recalculate direction, right? Because that means we are aligned on vertical or horizontal. And we need to do the same for the Y, right? So only when we align on X or Y is when we start changing the direction. Let's see how that works. Oh, that looks so nice. Look at that. That's so clean. Lovely. Now the only issue is that for some reason it stops working. I don't know why. Okay. So while we check the issue with the fact that it doesn't recalculate, let's do something interesting. Since I don't want to have all the enemies moving on the same grid, what I'm going to do is move most of the code onto the enemy instead of keeping it where it is currently. So game manager, this one right here has the code for this for the grid right here, right? So I need to move this to the enemy parent So here on the pathfinding, I will simply say this is the grid right there. Let's kill the extra text right here. Okay. We have a lot of code to work through. Okay. So we move this over here, and what else? We don't need this here. On the draw UI, we have the book for the pathfinding. So let's move this to the enemy also. Okay, that's this here. And that means I need to move also the code for the cleanup. I can get rid of this. Okay. So in theory, this should be working just fine. Now over here, I need to remove the reference to the object manager, right? Because we're not going to be using it. Okay. So now, this is going to be interesting. I believe the object manager was the one who was generating the grids right here. So what I'm going to do now is call this on the enemy over here. Okay. So in theory, this should work just the same. Exactly the same in theory. Ah, it crashed. Why? So grid position, vector 9, I see. We're still referencing the object manager right here. Okay. Okay. Come on. Are you really not triggering? The fuck? It's supposed to be working now. What did just happen there? Hmm. So here we're triggering the find path right there. Let me see. It triggered. Okay. So we are right there. Oh, wait, I see. Hold on. I just got my own answer really quick. The answer is actually very simple. I never actually enabled me showing the path here. Yeah. I forgot about that. So it was working. And now we have a crash. Because grid doesn't exist. Okay. That means here I need to just add a grid. That is going to be just an empty array. Just so we have something there. Now we have to find the instance for a object index. Wait, what is this? Hold on. What is that code? Ah, I see. Because this one has his own debug code. I see. I was like, why is that an error? Okay, now it's working as I wanted. Right? Yeah. Yes, it's working correctly. Nice. Okay, so now we need to integrate it to the actual pathfinding, not the enemy. So it's going to be quite interesting. So let me close all this. Let's see. So now we have a bunch of things I need to deal with. I can close that. I can close this. I can close that. Okay. So this is the enemy, right? We are currently on the create section, and we have a bunch of code that we don't really need. This markups ago, I don't think we need. Go back, I don't think we need. Random, we don't need it. Move is basically the one we'll be using for now. Right? Now we'll clear all the code and start from scratch. Okay. So. First off, when we create the grid, there is one small detail that is very important. We have is the reset. I'm basically creating an empty tile right here. Right? And that might not be the best. I think we need a variable that tells us if the location is blocked or not. Right? So I will simply say blocked. By default is false. Right? And here, I'm going to add the variable right here. Just so we can control it. Okay. So I'm going to make a very interesting thing here, right here. I'm going to check if at the location, is the enemy going to hit anything? Right? So, this is going to be very simple. If place meeting at location XY, and then we need the array of objects, the obstacles, right? So let's call this obstacle list. If we can hit anything in that location, we say blocked equals true. As simple as that, right? Now for the X and Y, that's going to be a little bit more tricky. So we have a function right here. What is it? So grid position, right? So I'm going to have to make an equal function that goes the opposite direction. To world position, right? So we receive a vector. Here we're multiplying, we dividing by the room and multiplying by the grids to get the location. So if we want to do the opposite direction, we will have to divide here and multiply here. Right? Because we basically want the opposite operation than the original we made. So we just invert the operands. Yeah. My logic should work. I'm not like convinced of it, but that's the idea. Var vector let's just call it world position, and I will just cast the X and Y, right? New vector 2 I J, right? And then I just check in that position if that is blocked or not, and that will make or block stuff, right? Now, down here, we need to handle the block. So Helium can explore that. We just need to check if tile dot blocks, then we return false, because that's not a tile we can actually explore. So that should like mark a certain amount of tiles as not passable because we have an obstacle list, right? This obstacle list. And for that, over here, I just simply create the list right here. Okay, so God would be an obstacle. First the walls, right? The what is it? This. The walls, the holes, the water. These are basically things that would block the character, right? In general. Right here. So I simply add this to the list. What else? Is this a function I created? Yeah, that's a function I created. Huh. I don't think we need this one. So that should like add the walls as a obstacle to check. So if I over here go ahead and where is my room? Rooms. Dungeon. Not this one. And this is 270, I believe. Why is this like all like messed up? This is like all like backwards. What the hell? Okay. So if I create a little wall right here, right? Our friends should be capable of navigating this little maze, in theory. Also, if I don't get stuck. Okay, so can you create a path to me? Apparently not. Hold on. Maybe it's because I'm blocking it. Okay, now. Ah, that almost looked correct. Are you working or are you not working? It doesn't seem to be working. Ah. Excuse me. Ah, excuse me. It's not working. Why are you not working? I wonder. That is working there. But it gets stuck right there for some reason. Well, now that's a problem. A very big problem. Hold on. Let's check. Let's see what's happening here. This probably is not correct right here. This is just to set the position, right? Then we just save the tile. And here we inverted the tile. So here we just went back, and that only happens when there is like no parent to go through. Let's see. It's still getting stuck. Hold on. What is happening exactly? Okay, so we start the pathfinding, right? So we get the direction, okay. Set everything, the kill counter. We transfer to the correct value, right? Okay, we go into the kill counter, we get a tile, and it's not blocked. Okay, so we go around, we check the tile, For the flow is new. We check if we want to change directions. We don't. So it continues, grabs the next position, assigns the parent. And then we save the change. We check if we're done. We continue, next iteration. Also not blocked. We go in here. Just the direction. Okay, save. Next iteration. Not blocked also. Okay. Also not blocked. Not blocked. Not blocked. Okay. Not blocked also. And it's a new tab. This one is blocked. Okay. So from there, we should go in here. So we invert the direction of this one, but it doesn't have a direction. So this basically doesn't change the direction, but it's still blocked. The parent, it doesn't have one. So it will skip this because we have not assigned a parent yet. Then we set the information, which is basically a block tile. As simple as that. And then we just continue. Right, because the position didn't change. We are on the same tab. Yeah, 919. So it goes in here again. Ah, so that's the issue. Okay, got it. So the issue here is we need an else right here. If the tile doesn't have a parent, we will have to rely on the previous tile for the position. So we say position equals to previous tile dot. Actually, I can just copy this. Hold on. There we go. So that in theory should fix it. Let's see. Oh wow. He centrally tried. He's trying. Huh. Okay, hold on. I want to do something. For the try and notice if I'm going to add a little extra. If our thing is blocked, then we are going to draw a circle. Draw circle. And it's going to be on the position we're in, right? So that would be I and J. The radius should be 4. And outline, I will set it to false. Está bien, no hay problema, Spy. No te preocupes. Okay. Wow. That over there looks very crazy. I need to multiply this by 8. Hold on. Hello. Hello, welcome, Ricardo. Hello. Oh, look at that. Interesting. So there is like just this tiny gap where the enemy could move through. I see. Oh, it actually can go through there. Huh. Oh, but it cannot reach over here. Interesting. Because only can... Oh. Because it can only change direction on certain positions. So if I go over here, it gets stuck. Oh, look at that. So it kinda works and it kinda doesn't. Interesting. Huh. Basically, what is happening here is that it tries to move down, right? So it goes down here until it hits something. Then it starts like looking for an exit, right? All over the place until it reaches a bounty spot, and then it goes straight to the right and down, right? The issue is that it's like fighting to go in a different direction, and only after it like finds like a valid path, it actually comes this way. And probably the reason it doesn't come in all the way over here yeah. Okay. Huh. Interesting. What's the issue with the random one at the bottom left? What do you mean? You mean the how it accumulates? Where? Oh, wait. What do you mean the one that was not connected to anything? Ah, there is a single like thing right there. You are right. That's weird, actually. Huh. That's weird. You're right. There is like this weird like spot right there. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, here it just simply doesn't find a path. Hmm. So I needed to prioritize going in the direction of the player whenever there is like selecting a new direction, right? So let's see. Ah. Okay, so this is what says the direction, right? So here it just moving vertically, maybe that's not a good idea. So how about I clear this? Actually, hold on. Hello, Mundo. You love how lots of YouTubers are playing Hollow Knight? Yeah, because they are rushing to actually play the game for the release of Silksong. Yeah, I saw that DocuBird. Remember the guy that I said, this guy doesn't belong to the pension? The guy that I could literally, like, one shot? Like, I could pretty much kill him without, like, anything. What was his name? False Knight? False Knight? She suffered so much to that guy that I was surprised. She struggled like hell to that guy. And not on the Pantheon, but the Dream Fight? That one? She was like stuck there for a solid hour, dying over and over. Huh. That's something I didn't expect. And it was kinda funny. So here what I need to do is do a little check. So make sure we prefer moving toward the goal instead of anything else. Right? So let's call this preferred. Right, that's the preference we have here. So I'm going to need the end one here also. So we have the preferred direction. Right here. Yeah, Silksong is coming out in 2 days. You are indeed correct. Yeah. I see there is a lot of VTubers doing it, which is kind of funny. So I'm going to do a little switch here to check if the preferred is available. This direction down. Break. Down, up, left, right. Cat. What's up, cat? Yeah, I already built it. So I can go in quite clean. Yeah. I'm even considering like switching the stream for switching the stream to be specifically for Hollow Knight Silksong. Yeah. Hold on, give me a moment. I need to let my cat out before it starts destroying everything. One moment, I'll be right back. Yeah. Yes, it does feel like I got like there first. Also, here is the counter. It also feels like I'm losing on the hype because I played the game first. So now that everyone is playing it and everyone is making it popular, I don't get to actually exploit that. Yeah. That's another issue. South. If it's available, then we return preferred. Yeah, it's not something I could have predicted. But it's, how to call it, a very like, it feels like I lost twice. You know? Because I didn't play it when it came out, so I lost on that hype. And now that the sequel is releasing, because I played it before the sequel was announced, I'm losing on this hype. Yeah. It feels like I got hit but I double hit. Yeah. Yes. That's the issue. Okay, I think this should like make it more like reasonable. And maybe we'll make it more clean, the pathfinding. Let's see. Ah, it was almost there. You can see it actually try, right? It went all the way over here, then went up, keep trying to go right, then decided to go left, then it went like over here and down, and then it tried going up, right and then back all the way and overwrote this. Yeah. Did I mix those? No, those are right. Huh. I feel like he should have tried to go down instead of going up over here. Yeah, you can see it like trying to go over here. Huh. That's weird. There you go. That was a clean through. That was a complete failure. He got there. He's still getting there. Ah, he got like stuck over there. Maybe it's just the tries that it like didn't quite make it. Maybe if I increase the attempts, it will like more likely reach me. Pathfinging. Oh, hello, Solid Snake. Welcome, welcome. Let's see, does this work? Oh! It kind of went through the edge. Oh, it reached there? Interestingly, no? Yeah, kind of went through the whole edge, huh? That's kind of weird. Hello, I'm trying to make a pathfinding system for my enemies, which is not behaving quite cleanly. Also, for some reason, at some points it kinda goes off the grid. Hold on, let me check that. Okay, next one. Here I'm checking. These are minor. Zero your return position instead of the new one. Yeah, this should not be like going into the negatives. That's a bit weird. Huh. I'm not really scaling tiles. I basically, how to call it? To explain it. Basically, I grab this little fella right here, my slime, right? And what I do is that I create a grid of basically 8 pixels per cell, right? And overlap it over this room. After that, I grab the collision box for the slime and I check on each position if it's overlapping with the walls or the obstacles. if it's overlapping, I mark that as a block now, right? And that I create my maze, right? Once we have our maze, what I do is, currently from a set position, I try to navigate the maze to the position of the player, right? And currently the way I do that is that I'm using this code right here. That is my own invention about how to implement pathfinding. Yeah. Okay. So there is something weird happening here. Oh wait, this is wrong right here. That should not be there. I just noticed that. Huh. That maybe is what it was causing issues. Hold on. I was like not going to the previous tab, but the previous area. That should like, look at that. That's way more clean. Right? It's actually reaching the player now. Well, kinda. Not really. Still kinda getting stuck, I will admit. And for some reason, sometimes the algorithm just like breaks for no apparent reason. Index out of bounds. I wish this will like throw an error instead of just showing like a warning. Yeah, there is still some issues here and there that don't quite make sense. I just noticed this logic is backwards. Yeah, pathfinding is not my forte, apparently. Even though you would think it would be fairly simple. There we go. Look at that. That's so clean. Never mind. Ah. It kinda works, it kinda doesn't, huh? It's like, at some points it kinda just breaks. Right there it's working just fine. Yeah, it seems like it teleports, but I believe it's just that the tiles are getting reset. Yeah. That's probably what's happening. Hold on. Because on our pathfinding, when we select a different direction right here, we start with the direction set to none, right? And then we just return the direction. So there is a chance that by the end of this, if we don't get that direction, we simply stay on none, which in that case, it doesn't show anything. Yeah. Also, this variable is not doing anything. So we get a direction to start. We initialize that. Okay. Our position is here at the very start. We have the kill counter. If we don't have a valid tile, we just break. Which if we can actually go through the tile. That's handling that, okay. When it's a new tile, we check the direction we should go. We set the tile. We get the next position from here. Okay. Mark tile direction. I should probably do this also to prevent it from duplicating the movement. So we select a direction, then we mark it as no longer available. Get the next position. Save the data. Here we're marking the tile, getting a new direction. Yeah, that should like save some iterations. Okay, let's see. Ah! It got to me. It doesn't seem like it's a valid path, but it got to me. Why is it skipping areas? I believe it's like using the blocked tiles as if were a clear path. I don't know why. Yeah, or it's like cleaning the direction of the tile somehow. Yeah, because I'm initializing this direction to as none. So there is a chance you get none here. Yeah. Actually, no, there is no chance for you to get none here. Oh, block with the hollow circles? Yes, I cannot do that. I do that. I can do that. Hold on. That should set it. Reset grid. Get next direction. New position. Okay. I'm trying to see if there is a point where you do the wrong direction. Huh. Array? The issue with that is that the backgrounds, you see the walls here, they are all, oh wait, you cannot see. Hold on. There we go. That's the hollow circles. You see the walls here are technically the same object. So the player is moving within an object. I'm within the holes of an object, technically. Yeah. Yeah, no, it can work. quantum tunneling to the quartz. Well, it's because we are not seeing like the process slowly, is doing it like very fast. So it goes over here. It goes all the way over here. You see there, what I believe it did? It probably overrode these ones right here with a different value, the one I set to none, right? So they show as blank when there is actually a direction there, probably. Yeah, I should be able to overwrite. That way they can, like, if they get stuck in this corner, for example, they can override the direction to go down, and that should make them go out, like, basically. Yeah. The issue is that they shouldn't be leaving it blank, because this piece right here is blank, if you can see. That's the issue. There's probably something wrong with the codes. Specifically when we deal with hits, basically in here. The issue of calling a recursive function here is that because of the size of the grid being so big, there is a chance I will get a Stack Overflow, basically, because whenever you call a function recursively, the previous function stays on the memory, right? Because it's waiting for the next function to return. So you can get basically something of these functions calls the next, and that calls another, and that calls another, and another, and another, right? So until one of these functions actually doesn't return, all this is still on memory. Yeah. That's the detail. That's the issue with recursive functions. Yeah. So what I'm doing is call a pile. Basically what I do is that I grab a tile, I put it on a pile, and check it, right? And then I grab the next one, put it on the pile, and check it. Put on a pile, put on a pile, put on a pile, right? So this is just inside a memory, but it's not like executing anything. So in the moment I find a tile that it doesn't work, I remove it, right? And then grab the one that is below it to continue trying. Yeah, that's what it's currently using. But I think I may be able to refine it a little bit better. If I remove this. So instead of doing this, if we cannot operate this, I will simply break. So we go over here, I set that. Break. And if not, we just continue. Okay. I'm trying to get rid of this. Because I noticed that I'm relying too much on the previous tile. But maybe I don't need it. Yeah, so we don't get stuck, actually. Instead of breaking the cycle, I can just escape, I suppose. I'm just setting the parent there. So we go over here, we mark the direction as false. We change our direction. Get the next direction. Save the tile. And then we continue. In theory, that should work. They continue blocking the necessary condition. Okay, so we check. If we cannot explore this tile, we need to go back. So I'm there going back one tile. Right. And I'm saving there. I'm not saving that tile if it's completely new. Or it's blocked. They continue would be skipping that, going directly to grabbing tiles from position. There won't be evaluation. So we go in here, we check. Continue. No, it should be working correctly. You see, the issue is that because I'm grabbing the tile right here, right? Down here where I check if I can explore the tile. If I cannot, this continue will skip to the next tile, right? So if I were to continue down here without the skipping, we will be evaluating this tile that is not supposed to be able to be explored, right? So with this continue, what I do is reset the cycle to start checking again. So we grab a new tile. Yeah. So that should be correct. Okay, let me check. Okay, that's good. That is not good. Also, another thing that I don't understand, it seems like it's going out of bounds for some reason. Let me do a little check here before this, because that's something weird. And this is specifically happening for Y. So this is just here so I can put a break. Because I don't know why is like going out of the grid for some reason. We can skip that. Okay, that's working just fine. Ah, there we go. So what happened there? So here our position is -1. Why exactly? 34 minus 1. How the hell did you get to this spot? Okay. So in the previous cycle, something happened and put us below the correct value. Let me hold on. Was it here where the issue originated? Because that's an issue that should not be happening. It triggered again? Y is undefined. Actually, Y is -1. How the fuck are you -1? That should not be possible. New position. So we start this here. So we go through here. The new position is -1 because what is direction? 3. So it should be left. So the change should be on X, right? Three. 0 is none, right? Why is saying 3? And why is this not catching it? These are changes in Y. These are changes in X. Okay, this is weird. Let me put a validation here because that's really weird. How is this like happening? That should not be possible. Yeah, I already have a validation. They shouldn't be like this function is what overrides position, right? So in theory, this new position should never like change here. And I don't believe I'm changing position anywhere else. So how the fuck is it getting out of bounds? Yeah, because I'm not like adding on removing any value to anything, and this is not overwriting position. How the fuck is position getting out of bounds? Yeah, there is no like modification. I do return new position, but only when we validate that is. Wait. Wait, you're right. Hold on. I'm validating new position. That is like within bounds, but I'm returning position. Wait. There we go. I'm validating new position, but returning position. It should be the other way around. Wow, Sally Snake catching the bug. There we go. It makes me wonder how the fuck was the code working before? Nope, it went out of bounds again. Oh wow, it went all the way around. Oh. Yeah, kinda gets like tripped over there. It's still getting out of bounds for some reason. Huh. That's so weird. Why do you keep getting out of bounds? Now I'm actually correctly evaluating stuff. So why are you getting out of bounds? Okay, let me check. If new position, whether is on X or Y. Actually, let's just check Y for now. If you are under 0 or the actual position is on Y under 0, bar break. Let's see. What is happening here? Why is going to -1 is my question. That should not be happening. Okay, that's going fine. Oh, there we go. So, new position -1 and position is... Why are you in -1? The fuck? Where the hell did you get that value? What? Okay, so get next direction is right here. Mark direction is... Where are you? Right here. You don't modify anything, okay? Target direction, get direction off. Maybe that's the issue. We check the perfect direction. Where is it? Right here? Start -end, and we're returning the target. But we're not actually like touching the values of start and end. Yeah, there should be no issue here. Why are you going to minus? The fuck? Well, I can force it. But that doesn't change the fact that I don't know why it's going into minus. Which is a bit of a problem. I'm stopping before the check? What do you mean? Stopping before the check. Oh, you mean this break right here? The check if it is out of bounds. Wait, you mean this? I'm stopping before the check? What do you mean? Well, I actually don't need this. So, it's just the position. I don't know what do you mean with stopping before the check. Yeah, if it's -1, it should return pause. O sea, we should not like move out of bounds, basically, right? So instead of giving the new one, we should get the previous one, right? But pause already has -1, which is the issue. Yeah. I don't know why position has -1, like at all, because I'm not like touching position anywhere else. Right? Wait. Hold on. I have a theory. Hold on. Hold the fuck on. Hold on. Is this what's happening? Hold 1 second. Okay. So, continue. It triggers. And I forgot. Did I not put it on the debugger? Hold on. Okay, so it should trigger and immediately stop. There we go. So we're here, right? Position is 12.9. New position is 12.9, right? Because we equate it, right? So direction is 2. We go to the corresponding direction and we modify, right? The original value was 12. So we continue. And here we can see position for some reason is 13. The same as new position. So it's actually modifying. Oh. So it's actually pointed to the same slot in the memory. So that's where that issue is coming from. I see. New vector 2 position X, position Y. Okay, that's something that I need to fix. Yeah, it's a vector too. Wow. Wow. That maybe was causing all kinds of issues. Is it not triggering now? Really? Is it not triggering anymore? The fuck? Hold on. Did that just break everything? Okay, what's happening here? So we enter here. Okay, so we go through here. So position is on 12.9. New position is on 13.9. Okay, so that's different. For some reason we're returning. Wait, why are we returning position? That should be well within the bounds. Wait, what? Why is it returning? What? Wait, what's happening here? Hold on. Okay. 11.9, okay. That's 60. Oh wait, I get it. Ah, so many errors. This value should be the other way around. Okay. Now it's working. And it's still going out of bounds. Ah! I hate the universe. Ah. What is happening here? Wait, no. I see. I know why. Hold on. I'm dumb. This should be the other way around, right? Because it was correct the first time and I was just tripping. Yeah. If new position is outside of bounds, we return pause. Yeah. Yeah. You are correct, indeed. Ah. How the fuck? Wait. What happened there? Did it just went through the wall? Why is this code so crazy? Okay. Let's see. Come on. Now that's more clean. That is not more clean. I don't know how you got to me like that. And now it's not executing anymore. Why? Okay, why here suddenly you have like a completely different... Okay, let's see. So, we start, right? We are starting at X96, Y70. Right, so we go in. We set the target direction. Basically, we just calculate the difference and that gives us the direction, right? Right here, we just get the direction. We check which is the biggest one and we choose. Okay, that's initialize. That's initialize. We get our position on the grid. Okay. Initialize position right here. Okay. So we are here. We are passing the information to get the tile. The tile is not empty. Okay. We check if it's executable. Since it's new, it can. So let's skip that. It's a new tile, so we go in here. We check if we're in the position we're not. We grab the direction, assign it to flow. Mark the direction as done. That is east. get the next position. That would be 13. Okay, because we're going to write assign the previous tile. Since we are changing tiles, we save the information of the tile into the grid. We check if we are done. We are not done. We continue. Okay, so that is currently working, right? So I can just check if the tiles are like valid. There is updating, is still moving east. Okay. Still moving east. Okay. I'm still moving east. I'm still moving east. Apparently we have not hit a wall. Oh wait, that one is blocked right there. So that's a wall. So in theory, we should be going back, right, to 18.9. There we go, we're at 89. We check if we can explore this. We can, but we already visit this, right? So it will not go through here, it will go to revisit. Here we change the direction after marking it. So we mark the tile. We get a new direction. Okay. Then we set it. We get the new position we must go. That would be, since it's just one, it should be south. Oh, it's going backwards. Interesting. Huh. Okay. We continue. We check the previous tile. 17, right? We go over here. Mark the tile because we already visited. Wait, that should have marked the direction. Oh. Why is this giving us the backwards direction here? Because we changed directions, right? So it's basically having the enemy go backwards. Huh. Okay, I think I can improve this a little bit. First, I want to select the direction. First, we are going to go, right? We set it, we mark it, and then we get the next direction. Now, the direction I got was a very weird one because it's telling us to go backwards. Huh. In theory, it should like give us the preferred one, but because the preferred one is blocked, and east is blocked, it's making us go west. Ah, I see. Maybe this is the problem right here. Hmm. Hmm. How do I make this make sense? Because we don't want to go backwards, right? So we should prioritize the direction that is not like getting us away from the target. So let's say we're going right here, right? So if that direction is available, we just go right. If not, then we should be trying to go vertically, right? So I will either go up or down. And in theory, we should prioritize the one that is like in the direction of the target, right? This is giving us a direction in particular. The biggest one. If it's X, so I could just like make a copy of this and get the direction of get other direction of, and I will just simply invert this. So I just make the returns the other way around to get the other direction. So let's grab the other here. Okay, if I'm trying to figure out this, how do I word this in a way that makes sense? If we are going that, we will prefer to go down towards the actual direction, right? So I need to check if the direction I'm checking is available. So I will say function is near enabled. And here I just receive a direction and a tile, right? Switch direction. Case. Clear down, down. Break. Down. Up. Left. Right. Okay. We should just return the... I really don't have a function like this somewhere. And I have one that is like marking stuff. Apparently not. Huh. We should draw a flowchart. Yeah, in theory it could like work. Huh. Dot south. South, north, west, and east. Okay. So over here, I simply need to say if is enabled, the other for this tile, then we return other. Right? That is basically what we want. We either choose the one we want, we have a preference for, or we go the other one, right? That in theory should be like doing it clean. In the case that that direction is not available, then we need to pick from the other two, right? So we say I can say other inverted, right? And I will simply grab other and I say invert direction, and I just tell them the direction I want to invert, right? Yeah. Where I was? I'm lost. I was here. No. Where was I? Select different direction. Okay. So we invert that and we ask again, right? If the other direction that is not the one that is preferred is available, we then go in that one. right? Because that's our third option. And then, if there is no other option, we go back, right? So our back should be the preferred direction, inverted. So that is going back. So in any other case, we simply go back. It's not the option we want, but sometimes it's the only option. And then we ignore this. Right? And these brakes we don't need. Right? So it's very simple. We try the preferred direction, right? If it's not available, then we switch it around. Actually, hold on. Can I just not replace this here with this? Right? We are just checking that. So I can just ignore all this. And we keep it like this. If the preferred is enabled, then we choose preferred. If the other is enabled, we go for other. If not, we go in the opposite direction, other. And in worst case scenario, we go back. Yeah. We don't need a switch. Yeah. Suddenly the code self-optimized. Okay, that should change things quite a bit. Let's see. Oh, that was really clean. Oh, that was not clean at all. What the fuck happened there? Huh. That's a bit of an issue. For a moment it looked it was doing really well. Yeah. And now suddenly it's not working correctly. It was almost there. It works way better than before, and I will say. Wow, it's not even triggering. Come on. Why are you not triggering anymore? Come on, come on. It just got stuck. I can see the body try to do. infinite loop. It wouldn't, it's not an infinite loop, because if it was, I wouldn't be able to move the character. It's basically not executing anymore. Yeah. I can add something a bit more interesting. Hold on. If I add a color here. Just to make it more clean. What I'm going to do is, after the path is complete, right? After we're done, I will just say, hey, I will call change color of path. And I will run it for the tile that we got at the end, right? And that function is going to be function is color of tile, right? And it's going to be very simple. I'm just going to get the tile right here. Let's call this parent, and I will get tile dot parents x and y, right, to get the parent tile, and I will simply say tile dot color is going to be green, and I will call this for the parent tile, and if our tile dot parent is no one, then we return like that. And over here where we draw our little thing, I will simply say, hey, or drag set color called set color. Really? What was the set? But I mean, why is this programming language not consistent? Draw set color hold on, let me check. How do I make a custom? Oh, I see. Wow. For some reason it's the British way. There you go. And then I will just reset the color to white. Okay, let's see. I looked up the best way to do pathfinding is will call a star. Yes, indeed. Oh wow, really? The fuck? Huh. Somehow this thing is marking the entire path as like the correct thing, which is a bit weird. Hold on. That should not be correct. Revisiting, okay. So we are then back on the thingy. Am I not updating the previous tile? Yeah, apparently I'm not updating the previous tile. Okay. Okay, that's working. Oh, wow. It seems it got stuck. Yes, that is the most used pathfinding system. You are indeed correct. Wow, that's... Oh, there we go. Now that's a pathfinding. Even though it's not like pointing in the right direction for some reason. Huh. That's weird. So it goes like that. Oh. Ah, I forgot to update the thing. Ah. Whoops. Maybe it's because I'm not like setting this correctly? Oh. Let me refund you the alert real quick. Now it's functioning. Hold on. There we go. I refund you the alert. Yes. We are creating a new vector for position, but using tal. Is it correct? Oh. Basically, what is happening here is we start here, right? This is the start of the execution. We grab a direction that can be 4, up, down, left, and right. We have a previous tile that is the one we visited before. We start as no one. I have this counter to prevent an infinite loop. So I create vector 2 from the position of the enemy to the player, right? These are vector 2. You can see it right there. And then I create one that is going to be the one we be using to move around the grid, right? Here we get the tile corresponding to the position we are currently in. Then we check if the tile can be explored. What is that? Well, oh, excuse me. That is basically this. If it's blocked, that is a wall, then we say no. If the direction is none, that is a new tile, we say true. We can explore. If not, we check if any of the directions of the tile are still available, and then we say true. If not, we simply say we cannot explore this. We have explored everything. Right? So continuing here, if we are at a end, that is, we cannot explore the tile, we simply, if we have a parent for the tile, we simply go back. If not, we grab the previous tile we explore and grab that as the position to go back. And we skip the cycle and we restart from the top. Right? If we restart, we go through here. If the direction is none, that is a new tile, we mark it. We check if we should change directions, that is, if we are aligned with the player, vertically or horizontally. Then we assign the direction to the tile, right? We mark that direction as that is being used. We get the next direction we are going to go. That is the one that it was throwing the -1 before. We assign the parent of this tile the previous tile, right? That basically allowed us to backtrack to the origin of the pathfinding. Then we save that to the grid. On the case we are revisiting, that is, the direction is not known because we have been here before, we assign a new direction by checking what is the next possible direction right here. We assign it, we mark it as being expanded, and we get the next direction we are going to go. We change the parent to whatever it was before, and we save the tile. And down here we simply check if we already got to the player. Once that's done, here we change the color of the path so we can see what is the shortest path the enemy will be doing. Yeah. Any questions? Yes. That's the idea. Oh. And now this is an infinite loop. You can see I cannot move. Yeah, that's an infinite loop. Lovely. Yeah, the parent cannot be the previous tile here. Because we are revisiting, right? So if we are revisiting, that means we have been here before. So if we have here before, that means we cannot be revisiting. Okay. That is nice. Oh. So it went all over the place right there, trying to find a way. For some reason it inverted the direction right here. And then it couldn't go back. Yeah, it always like does weird stuff there. Draw one by one. That's the issue. I don't know if I can actually do that, because this is meant to execute in a single frame. I could try to... That will involve like rewriting this whole code, which is not something I want. So I can execute frame by frame instead of all at once. Okay. You know what I can do? I can update the tile, so it if it exhausts the direction it can go, we just set the tile to red, for example. Yeah. Let's see. So simply on the set of different colors right here, I can check. Maybe that's the issue, because maybe it's getting blocked and we're still falling here, right? So then it will fall here and go back to the parent. Okay, let me just change the color. If now dot north dot south dot east dot west. We say dot color. So about red. And we say if we cannot go in any direction, we will change the color of this to red. Let's see. That's doing just fine. Okay. What about here? Oh wow, none of them turned red. Oh wow, that's weird. Huh. That's working. That is not working. So basically it didn't find a path, which is weird. Huh. Even though none of them got stuck at all. Huh. That's weird. Hold on, give me a moment. I'll be right back. One moment. Okay. Just checking wrong direction firstly. Maybe we can just print the axis. You might be correct. Yes. Actually, let me do this over here. After we get the grid out right there. Yes, I can check again because I find it weird that it didn't like exploit everything. That's a bit weird. Yeah, you see there is some reds over there. Huh. So it basically exploited everything over there. Huh. Oh, look at that. It's basically getting stuck in some of them. Huh. Yeah. Oh, there we go. That's so weird. So the entire flow here you can see it goes left. For some reason. And here we can see it goes right and then it's stuck there. Now this goes left and this pushes down. And from here you can see it starts pushing up when it reaches the wall. That's so weird. Huh. But it shouldn't go back unless you, like, burn the other directions? Huh. Okay, how about if I make it this a tier system? So how about we make it like a function, a color arrow, and I'll simply say this, right? But it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to divide this into sets. Right? And I will call this our level of getting stuck level. And we will start at 0, right? And what I'm going to do is that if for each direction that is not available, I'm going to add a little bit to the level, right? Like this. And then I will check if we're at 0 with level, we return white. If we are... Actually, I can just set it as default, the white. Right? If we don't go into any other others, we return white. Okay, so if we're at 1, we'll go for... What would be nice? Let's put it on How about an aqua? Then on the next one we will put a yellow, then orange, and finally red. And here I will just receive the tau. Right? So here I will check tau dot color is going to be evaluating the tau to get the color, and that way we'll get like a degree of how expanded the arrow is, right? So here it goes like nice, perfectly green. Over here, oh, you see, it goes up to yellow, but it never goes to... Huh. That's weird. Okay, so why is going in that direction? Huh. That's odd. What the fuck? All the arrows are pointing on the wrong direction. Wait. Did I somehow screw up this? So here we get the preferred direction, right? Then we get the other one. That this one is supposed to give me the Y instead of the X. And the Y is set by checking the start against the end. So if the end is greater, that would mean I will need to go wait. Okay, so because the Y is on top of the screen, that means for this to be bigger, it needs to be more low. So here, negative equals down. So here, if Y is above 0, we are going up. That's the direction of our target. Else we are going down. Yeah, that's correct. So this is fine, okay? So this is okay, that's okay. This is just an inversion of order. So we have the prefer here, other, title, prefer, and the last option is back. The invert function. So we, depending on the direction, if we get down, we return up. If we get up, we get down. Left gives us right, right gives us left. And then we just return the direction. If none, it returns just the direction as it is. Maybe this is the issue. It's enabled. Did you returns the value of the tile? Here it should be given basically the direction of the player. Okay, let me pull out the bullet point. Okay. Okay, so let's check. Let's see. So back is on 1. Okay. Prefer these two. So prefer is east. He basically is 2 is east, so back has to be west. Other is 4, so this has to be 3. Yeah. So yeah, we have like the whole array right here of directions. Yeah, because this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? 4 is down, 3 is up. So here back is left. Prefer these two, which is right. So we are going right. Other, that is the other optional, should be down. This is 4, down, because the player is down to the right. And the option opposite to that should be up, that is 3. Yeah, these are correct. Okay. So here we got the preferred direction. Oh, we're revisiting tile here, right? Tile 30 is not blocked. Resave. 13 blocks. Parent is a different struct. Flow is going east. Okay. So here are getting a new tile apparently. Yeah, that's a new tile. So this one is supposed to be going right. $13.31. This is saying east. This marks the direction of east. Yeah. Yeah, so the next one is the one to the right. Then it's a new one. So it is trying to go east. So we mark it. Go to the next one. This title is blocked. 1431. It doesn't have a parent, so we go to the previous tile. That is the 14. $14.30. This is one we have visited before. It has sound disabled. Huh. Draw a tile can't explorable positions. I don't know what that means. It doesn't sound like English. 14. So this has been visited before. So we go down here. This is trying to go east. So it's basically alternating between going down and south. And this is a new one. So it goes through here. And the next one is blocked. 3115. Apparently 3050 is the one we saw before. $3016. So it's going like right slowly. $1631. And because it's locked, it goes to the previous one. So it's basically trying to go south and slowly moving right. So it is correct. We must see when it returns back on 1. You mean this? If lock, return false. So we cannot explore that. If it is blanked, we return true. If any of these are true, we return true because we have options to explore. Anything else is false. I could set the point here so we can actually see what's happening. Right? I just set it like this. Oh wait, we cannot do that. Whoops. Here we have a block tile, basically. So it doesn't have a parent. So we have by force need to go back here to 1317. And if I hit continue, now the next block tile is 18. And then probably the next one is 19. Yeah, 19. And then oh, it hit a wall right here. We're at 1929. You know what I can do to make this more clean? Whenever we hit something, I can just hit break right here. So we can actually see what happened. So here, the moment it hits a wall, it's going to stop. It didn't hit a wall. Wow! There we go. Huh. Oh wait, I said it wrong. Excuse me. Whoops. These need to be over here. So now, the moment it hits a wall, it will poop, and that's it. You can see when it hits the walls right there. No. Okay. Okay, so how about I set it like this? Every time we hit a block tile, if tile dot blocked, I'm going to change the tile color to red, so we can see where it hit the wall, right? And over here in the draw, I'm going to make it so you can actually see the changes right there. Okay, so now we can see where the pathfinding hit the wall. There you go. You can see the ones it hit. It was trying to go to the right there. We can see it hit the top for some reason. It hit everything to the right. And then pretty much everything below. It went down apparently, trying to get to us. You don't get why the first iteration is always correct. Wait, hold on. Now that I think about it, the way I made the code, here I'm making the direction of the tile after setting the direction, right? And if I'm marking it here, that means that at least one of these has to trigger. So it can never be like white. Oh, I see. Hey, Madamas. Also, there is no breaking point here. Okay, let's see how it looks now. There we go. Now that makes way more sense. Right, so orange means we explore 3 directions. Red means we exhaust every direction. Yeah. Yeah, it kinda doesn't work, huh? Like at all. Because it suddenly starts moving right to the opposite direction, which is weird. Only on a very specific case, it actually works. Well, we are checking other directions if forward is blocked. Yeah. This is working like kinda okay. It's more like when it's a big distance, it's actually like it just breaks for some reason. Okay, let me think a little bit. Should a forward field it's equals to direction? I don't know what that means. Hola, Spy, bienvenido. I'm trying to run through the code in my head. Hold on. Okay. Okay, good night, Joshua. Rest well, rest well. Estoy bien, Spy. ¿Cómo estás tú? Todo tranquilo. Estoy pensando cómo resolver esto. Un momento. Okay, I think I know the issue. We shouldn't be changing direction here when revisiting the tile, when we should be changing direction is specifically when we hit a block and not before. Yeah, that's the issue here. That's basically the detail here. This new change is not correct. It needs to be set according to whether or not we have hit a wall or not, basically. So here is where we need to change the direction. So I will simply say new direction. New direction equals to true. Right, and here I will simply check that. If new direction, then we simply change directions here. And I'm going to use this same variable right here. Target direction, and I will just set this like that. New direction has to be a boolean outside of everything else. So I'm going to copy that. This has to be out here. New direction equals to false. Right? And once we consume the direction, we set it to false. Yeah, because what's happening is that basically if we have a direction like this, right? If we hit a wall right here and we started moving down, right? The next direction we should be moving should be up, right? So if we have walls here, this one should be going up, right? And because we are trying to go to the right constantly, it will keep hitting the wall, right? So when we reach this spot right here, and when going up, it will try first to hit the right, and then it will make the mistake of trying to go down again, and that's when it causes the issue. Because it's trying to go into the preferred direction every time. This is when that triggers. Yeah. Basically. Because our priorities are 1, right? 2, down, right? That is where the direction of the player is. That is down to the right. But if we hit a wall, like right here, in this spot, that means our next priority will be up, right? But when we reach a new tile like this one right here, it will burn the up first because that's where the direction we went. Then it will prioritize going right, but there is a wall, so it will burn right. And then the next prioritize is down. So we'll burn down, trying to go back down, right? And then, because we already burned up, then it will go back. So we'll do this. Yeah, that's the issue. Right there. Yes. That's the detail. We shouldn't be like changing direction every step. Only when we hit something. Yeah. That's basically it. There we go, look at that. You can see how it, instead of hitting the entire wall here. It just hit it twice. A few times. Not every time. Yeah. That's way more clean. I don't know why the algorithm stopped, but now it's working way better. Yeah. Let me give it another try. Let's see. There we go, look at that. It tried to go in up first, but it couldn't, so it went down. And then it hit down and went over here to the right. Look at that, that's so pretty. Nice. Yeah. And then that really dies for no reason. I don't know why it dies, but we can check that later. Yeah, now the path is kinda clean. Yeah. Now it's working quite nicely. Now we just need to figure out why it like stopped working altogether. Yeah. And that's it. That was so difficult. I thought we will be having the enemies already moving by the end of the stream. And that was not true. Wow. Okay. Let's date push another date. Okay. This pathfinding is working. I just needed to like sit down and actually like get illuminated by the Buddha or something. But yeah, it's not working. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Good night. Bye-bye. Buenas noches. Que descansen. Rest well. Good night. I'm going to end here because I'm dying already. And I need to grab something to eat. Yes. For some reason chat is not working. It will work eventually, hopefully. We will see, we will see. Good night, bye bye, adios, buenas noches, que descansen. Yeah, and thank you for the help, Solid Snake. You actually managed to cut a few issues with my code. Yeah. Well done, well done. Yeah. Good night, bye bye, adios. Gracias por venir. Thank you for the help and for coming. Yes. Good night, adios, buenas noches. I need to eat something. My brain needs fuel. Hasta mañana, hasta el jueves. Good night, bye bye, adios. Good night. Bye. And thank you. Bye bye.